This is your Donnelsville Elementary Announcements.
Good morning, Donnelsville. This is Mrs. Strader broadcasting live from Donnelsville Elementary. Today is Friday, May the 3rd, 2013. Hey, our last day of our Right to Read week, celebrating Eric Carle. Hats off to Eric Carle and all the wonderful books he's written. We'd like to welcome our substitutes today. Mrs. Gillette and Mrs. Foreman are here, and we have some birthdays in the building to celebrate. First of all, big old shout out, happy birthday to Mrs. Leidy. It is her birthday today. I heard she's 33, I think. All right, Levi, who's your teacher?
Mrs. Lawrence.
And your birthday's today, right? All right, happy birthday on Pajama Day. How old are you today?
7.
All right, again, happy birthday. Right next to you is Carson. Hey, Carson, who's your teacher?
Miss Howard.
And your birthday is when?
Sunday.
All right, happy birthday to you on Sunday. How old will you be?
7.
All right, happy birthday a couple days early. And Rashawn, hey, who's your teacher?
Mrs. Howard.
Turn around so they can see you on the camera there. Hey,
Mrs. Howard.
say it one more time.
Mrs. Howard.
All right, Rashawn, how old will you be on your birthday?
7.
And you have the same birthday as Carson, right? All right, his birthday is also on Sunday, so happy birthday to you as well. All right, teachers, we have the first grade scatter day today. Hey, that is scheduled for today, so you're going to have a fun day reading again Eric Carle books and being immersed in those books all day. Teachers, a reminder that we do have an assembly this afternoon scheduled at 1:15. We will not call you down. Just please plan to bring your class to the gymnasium to be ready to begin right at 1:15. Okay? And please bring your classroom iPads to the library today. All right, Jackie, can you tell us what's for lunch today?
Hamburger.
All right. And Winston is right here beside Jackie. Turn your sign around there, Jackie. Okay. Here, hold that behind. All right, there you go. So they can see the hamburger. Right beside Jackie is a student that you may have seen. He's actually just been with us a couple of weeks, but we didn't have him on the news when he first joined us here at Donnelsville. This is Winston, and Winston is from Mrs. Leidy's class. So if you see Winston out, please make him feel welcome. He is a new student, and he's joining us all the way from China. Now, that's not another school. That's another country. Okay, far away across the ocean, and we're so glad that he's with us. So welcome, Winston. And Winston, can you tell us what the weather's like today?
Mostly cloudy.
Very good. Thank you so much. Mostly cloudy, but hey, it's not raining, so we're happy ducks, okay? All right, let's get to our hot ticket winners. Come on over. Tell us your name and your teacher's name.
Connor from Mrs. Chase's class.
All right. Good job, Connor.
Tucker from Mrs. Howard's class.
Great job, Tucker.
Jackson from Mrs. Morris's class.
Super job, Jackson.
Fabian from Mrs. Cunningham's class.
Great job, Fabian.
Sammy from Mrs. Lawrence's class.
All right, good job, Sammy. Does it feel weird being on the news in your
Amber from
pajamas?
Mrs. Burner's class.
All right, turn around there, Amber, so I can see you. Say it again.
Amber from Mrs. Burner's class.
All right, great job, Amber.
Abby from Mrs. Leidy's class.
Good job, Abby.
Violet from Mrs. Bell's class.
Violet in her violet pajamas. Great job, Violet.
Jane from Mrs. Stryker's class.
All right, super job.
Caitlin from Mrs. Rogers' class.
Great job, Caitlin. All right. Again, it is Pajama Day because today, as part of Right to Read Week, we're going to get to listen to the story Brown Bear, Brown Bear. And it just seemed like if you were reading a book called Brown Bear, you might want to wear your pajamas and bring your teddy bear or other stuffed animal with you to school today. And I've seen a lot of them. Thank you for participating in our Spirit Day. After our pledges this morning, we are going to have Miss Maggie from the New Carlisle Public Library is going to be our guest reader with the book Brown Bear, Brown Bear. So stay tuned for that. Before we get to that, let's get a couple quick facts about Eric Carle. Carson, can you tell us a fact about Eric Carle?
Mr. Carle first just illustrated the book Brown Bear. Then he decided to try writing his own books too.
All right, so that Brown Bear that we're going to hear was the first book that he illustrated. He didn't write it. It was actually written by Bill Martin, but he illustrated that, jumped off his career. All right, Jackie, you got another little fact for us.
The first book he wrote was 1, 2, 3 to the Zoo. He was published more than 70 books.
All right, so once he got started with writing books, he really took off, didn't he? 70 books he's published. That's wonderful. All right, well, thank you for joining us on another edition of the Donnelsville News. Have a great day. Remember, we're all here to learn. Stay tuned for Miss Maggie from the library presenting Brown Bear, What Do You See?
Brown bear, what do you see? I see a red bird looking at me. Red bird, what do you see? I see a yellow duck looking at me. Yellow duck, what do you see? I see a blue horse looking at me. Blue horse, what do you see? I see a green frog looking at me. Green frog, what do you see? I see a purple cat looking at me. Purple cat, what do you see? I see a white dog looking at me. White dog, what do you see? I see a black sheep looking at me. Black sheep, what do you see? I see a goldfish looking at me. Goldfish, what do you see? I see a monkey looking at me. Monkey, what do you see? I see children looking at me. Children, what do you see? We see a brown bear, a red bird, a yellow duck, a blue horse, a green frog, a purple cat, louder, a white dog, good, a black sheep,